Bell sounds and we are off and running at End of an Era 2014. Brad Stutts and Cecil already got a semi. Scott are in the booth. Opening contest tonight sees Chris Lee, the former Rising Generation League champion, taking on the newcomer coming out of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Ryan Zane. And Cecil, this Ryan Zane is a unique character, to say the least.
That's an understatement, and he told me in the back that he was going to put the Rise in Rising Generation League. What does that mean?
My heavens. Well, of course, the Rising Generation League for competitors with 3 complete years or less of professional experience.
And they call him Sensual Starlight. This guy's a character.
I think he calls himself Sensual Starlight.
I kind of had, like, you remember the old Mango skits of Saturday Night Live? That was me when I talked to him. That stars in my eyes.
Chris Lee tackles him right into the buckle. What in the world? Piercing chop to the chest. You know, there was a time not that long ago where I really think Chris Lee would have been taken in by the antics and the tactics of somebody like Ryan Zane, but we have seen a more focused Chris Lee in the past 6 or so weeks, ever since he lost the Rising Generation League Championship to Chet Sterling back at Battlecade. Chris Lee has been very focused, no goofing off, no horsing around. Gorgeous back elbow into the chops of Ryan Zane, follows it up with a perfectly precise drop kick. You know, like I say, back when Chris Lee was the Rising Generation League champion, he was all smiles, but since he lost that championship, he has been all business.
Well, he suffered probably the first really crushing defeat of his career that night, and that'll do that to you.
Ryan Zane smartly using the ropes to his advantage. They are still piling in here at the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium. We're going to have to open up the far side of bleachers if they keep pouring in.
Me and Mitch Connor are going to have to get out that shoehorn.
End of an era. We'll see one era in tonight. A huge fight atmosphere that we will be talking about all night long here. Dangerous E. Corienzo versus the current reigning Mid-Atlantic champion, Arik Royal. It is a big fight atmosphere here at End of an Era, but we're seeing a bit of a fight here in the opening contest. Very rare that we see the opening bout go out to the floor here at CWF Mid-Atlantic. I gotta think, Cecil, that is just an example of the newfound aggression in Chris Lee.
I think so, and I think it also is a case of a newcomer like Ryan Zane trying to go ahead and make a name for himself. You know, he's obviously very flamboyant. I'll use that term.
There you go. That's one way of putting it.
You can kind of tell he's one of those guys, if you rub him the wrong way, pun fully intended, he will have a bit of a mean streak. I
don't plan to rub him anyway, as trainees are, in fact, opening the far side of bleachers here. We're going to be at or near capacity as they are still filing in here in Gibsonville, North Carolina. Second big event in the month of February, and of course, we will round out the month with the huge 2-night tag team tournament. All the information on that one is at CWF247.com. Oh, little hip swivel and a neck breaker there.
Beautiful neck breaker. He kind of reminds me of a little Lanny Poffo.
Interesting.
You know, where there's obviously some skill there, but it's kind of hard to see it through all the bravado and all the stuff.
Lanny Poffo talented in many ways. I wonder if Ryan Zane shares those talents that Lanny Poffo was known for.
Are we keeping this PG?
Zane in control here. No, Chris Lee firing back once again. The fire and the aggression in Chris Lee. Ooh, really been on display here.
Beautiful drop kick.
Put both feet right in the face. Ever since he lost that 2 knees in the sternum there, ever since he lost that Rising Generation League Championship, we have seen a budding rivalry of sorts between Chris Lee and Aaron Biggs and Nick Richards and Jason Miller. Biggs and Miller will go one-on-one later tonight. But undeniably, these 2 Rising Generation League kids, Chris Lee and Aaron Biggs, showing a mean streak here.
Package. Well, it's a case where Nick and Miller, believe it or not, managed to piss off somebody else.
Well, I do believe it. Woo! Big knee right to the face. Ryan Zane may have just sent a tooth flying into the crowd.
And some of the young girls in the front crowd do not like being spat upon. Whoa. I don't like how he's dragging him into his cave while he says that. Is he going to teabag him?
I certainly hope not.
Can I say that?
Ryan Zane gonna look like some one. What is he?
A bonsai drop?
Oh my goodness gracious!
Did he just booty shake?
Chris Lee gets out of the way. The bonsai drop, we'll call it, got nothing but the canvas. Chris Lee measures him. Ooh. Beautiful drop kick in the buckle. May have just took his head off.
He might have him with that.
That could be a KO too.
Oh. Some toughness from Ryan Zane.
Yeah, both these guys are showing their toughness here in this opening bout. Chris Lee goes underneath, big atomic drop. Inverted atomic drop.
Oh, right in the chest.
Chris Lee is dangerous with those kicks. Uh-oh. Could be the traffic jam. Heads up. Boom! Right on the back of the head. And Chris Lee wins it with the traffic jam.
Five minutes, 56 seconds to winner by pinfall. Coach Smoove, Chris Lee!
You know, if my title hadn't been stolen from me on December 28th, this would have been my 260th day as RGL champion. I found out when I got here that on March the 15th, exactly 1 month from now, I have a rematch for the RGL title against Chet Sterling for the last time in here.
We got a fight on the ramp.
Oh my God, I think we're off and running. Aaron Biggs and Jason Miller in center ring. Miller strikes, I think match number 2 is going right now, Cecil Scott.
Yeah, Charles is right behind him. I guess we're gonna have a bell. Aaron came out to save his buddy Chris Lee.
Aaron Biggs versus Jason Miller.
One fall, 10-minute time limit is what this thing was scheduled for, and we are off and running.
And Miller may have saved his own life there.
Well, we talked earlier about the budding rivalry between Richards and Miller and Chris Lee and Aaron Biggs. That has never been more on display than it is right now. Richards and Miller looking to get the jump on Chris Lee, but his partner was here and ready for the timely save.
Yeah, he was here for the save, and we just got a fist fight in the middle of the ring.
Boy, these two big hosses slugging it out here at end of an era. Oh boy. Drop toe hold into the middle rope. Can't believe the rope was able to withstand 400 some odd pounds on it.
Man, and you got another 230 plus of Jason Miller on his back. Man, that'll knock all the wind right out of you.
The rat, Nick Richards, still floating around ringside.
And notice Nick Richards got that newly shaved head. I saw him out back before the show just shaving his own head.
We have not seen Richards since that dog collar match against Donnie Dollars. They're still brawling in center ring here. Miller trying to get this big man down as the extra staff, the trainees, are carrying Chris Lee to the bag. He got roughed up bad by Richards and Miller. A chaotic start to the night, but Cecil Scott, it's chaos anytime Richards and Miller are involved in anything.
I mean, they are agents of chaos. That's what they do.
Ref Charles, a second behind, just missed Nick Richards with the illegal assist. I dare say that it will take both Richards and Miller to get an advantage on this big 400-pounder.
Yeah, Aaron Biggs is a tough guy to corral. It's hard to get him down on the mat. The crowd trying to get behind him, though.
Miller making great use of those body kicks, really trying to take those big tree trunk legs out from under Aaron Biggs.
Well, that's what you got to do with a bigger competitor. He's carrying a lot of weight. Hey, this is a stark contrast to what we saw a week ago. You know, we saw that beautiful technical wrestling last week, and now we're just seeing a mauling.
Biggs using his whole body there. Oh, God! Look at how well this big man moves. Good grief. I would not want to be on the receiving end of any of those.
Side slam. And Aaron Biggs coming up on his first-year anniversary in pro wrestling, and he can tell he has accumulated so much experience.
Oh, God, he's calling for the steamroller. This is going to be it.
Man, can he get Richards?
Richards on the apron, throwing a jacket at Aaron Biggs. Wait, hold on. Chris Lee is still at ringside. Chris Lee has got Richards. He's kicking Richards right in the face. We got to fight at ringside. Security. We got to fight here at ringside.
DDT. DDT. No.
Oh, God, he crushed him in center ring. And Biggs wins it. Holy cow.
Let him go, Stutts! Let him go! Let them both go! Come on!
Security ringside.
Come on! Come on! Come on, let's go! Get off us! Get off us! Don't you touch us! Let them go! Nick! Come on. Nick!
Oh, Macho, man.
Stay on my business!
You should have set this up. Come on, man, get to the back. To the back. I'll beat the clean off those boys. Get to the back. I swear to God. Come on, get out! Get him to the back!